According to a global survey of 4,000 individuals, perceptions around cleanliness have changed dramatically in the post-pandemic world, and three key truths have emerged. At the top of the list, there is very little tolerance for dirty bathrooms. You might be nodding your head right now in agreement. We don't like dirty bathrooms. And to discuss this global issue and dig into these details, the solutions you need, I'm pleased to welcome Joshua Griffing, the Director of Marketing and International Sales with XL Dryer. Josh, welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us today to talk about this issue. What a survey. I went through it. Amazing information. Some of it not surprising, some of it is, but I'm glad you're here to share and to dig into the details of that. But before we get into that, tell us a little bit about Excel Dryer and what you do there with the company.
Yeah, my name is Josh Griffing. I'm the Director of Marketing and International Business at Excel Dryer, and I'm excited to be here and talk to you about the global surveys. But before that, let me tell you a little bit about Excel Dryer. Excel Dryer was founded in 1963 and purchased by the Gagnon family in 1997. And subsequently in 2001, they launched the Accelerator touchless, high-efficiency hand dryer that revolutionized the industry. The product line today is the Accelerator hand dryer. We have an eco version of that product, which is the most energy efficient hand drying model out there. We have the Accelerator sink, which is deck mounted for integrated sink systems right there on the countertop in front of the bowl. And then we have our thin air hand dryer, which is surface mounted 88 compliant. Along with a line of great products, Excel Dryer has been a leader in the industry. We like to say leading the charge. We helped publish the global PCRs, which are product category rules that define what a dry hand is. We were also the first to the table and probably the only hand dryer with environmental product declarations and health product declarations. And last year, we just redid our life cycle assessment, which measures our product from cradle to grave and also does an analysis of the cost compared to paper towels, which is really exciting.
Excel Dryer has it going on, Josh. I can tell.
Yes, it does.
Thank you for the background. It's good to see what you're doing and the progress you're making and the difference as well. Let's get into our topic today and talk about restroom cleanliness. We know it's a top priority. Every time we go into a building, a facility, and we need restroom facilities, we want them to be clean. But there's challenges everywhere. If you could talk about the survey that you commissioned and some of the results from that.
So the survey was one of the few things that I got to start on right away when I began working at Excel Dryer. We noticed, or everyone noticed, that during the pandemic, there was a heightened attention to hygiene and cleanliness and hand washing and trying to be safe. So we decided that as that quieted down, it was important to understand how the shift in public perception, how things changed as it relates to public restrooms. So we partnered with a company called Metrics Labs, who's a consumer's insight firm, and we surveyed over 4,000 people globally in Europe, the US, and Asia. We also made sure that we captured a number of verticals and personas. As an example, we had facility owners, facility managers, consumers, architects. We looked at the restaurant vertical, office space vertical, and public transportation verticals. So we think it was a really comprehensive survey. And what stood out were three key takeaways. Number one, that cleanliness and hygiene is imperative today. That's the number one concern about everyone when it comes to a public restroom. Number two, a dirty restroom reflects poorly on the establishment, which seems like something you should know, but it's important to know statistically this is important to the people that we interviewed. And then number three, what was the number one contributing factor to a dirty restroom? Lo and behold, paper towels on the floor or overflowing from the trash can.
Agreed with that. We don't like to see that. Thank you for sharing. So you touched on this, but what motivated Excel Dryer to conduct this survey now? Was this the right time?
So as I mentioned before, during the pandemic, there was a heightened attention to hygiene and washing your hands in the commercial restroom. We thought this was the right time to do the survey because we wanted to make sure we understood what matters most to our audience. And our product focuses in that environment. So number one, what is most important to people using public restrooms? And number two, we want to make sure that our product meets their needs and we're offering solutions that help people today.
Makes total sense. Now, I know you have thoughts on paper towels in public restrooms. You mentioned the overflowing trash cans. Did the survey expose anything interesting beyond what you shared on the impact of paper towel waste?
Absolutely. The survey highlighted a couple things that were really interesting to me. The first of which is that 100% of the people surveyed felt that a touchless restroom experience was imperative. They don't want to touch anything in the restroom. They want to get in and out and do their business without touching anything. Number two, 75% of the people surveyed said they wash their hands up to 10 times a day. So now more than ever, do people need a hygienic and cost-effective way to dry their hands in the restroom?
I noticed in the survey, Josh, some information about restroom user expectations. You just touched on that. No one wants to go into a dirty restroom, touch stuff. But how can a dirty restroom impact future visits? Because if you have a facility where you want people to return, this is an important issue. What can you share on that?
So in particular, we took a deep dive into the restaurant vertical. And what we found was 80% of those people surveyed would not or might not return to a restaurant if the bathroom was dirty. The bathroom is a reflection on the establishment, and if the bathroom's dirty, they're not sure of the rest of the facility. So that's important to know. Also, if we know that paper towels on the floor overflowing from the trash can are the number one contributing factor to a dirty restroom, we're proud to say we can help you with that problem. By eliminating paper towels in the restroom and installing a hand dryer for drying your hands, not only can eliminate or help improve the perception of the bathroom, it can also help you save operational cost and keep your employees focusing on the front of the house and your customers versus maintaining a bathroom. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about paper versus hand dryers. I did too before I started working at Excel Dryer. But after you learn how you can help, reduce the carbon footprint of the restroom environment, if you learn all of the positive things that hand dryers can do that paper towels can't, it really does change your perspective. And I hope that, the cleaning professionals will take the time to look at our survey results. Not only can we help you reduce operational cost by saving you the money you spend on paper towels, we can improve hygiene, making sure that there's a cost-effective and fast way to dry your hands as an alternative. And we can help keep your staff focused on the front of the house, on your consumers, instead of in the bathroom, maintaining an environment that needs to be clean. But also, hand dryers, it's interesting in our new LCA that we just did, hand dryers can reduce the carbon footprint up to 94%, even compared to recycled paper towels, which is mind-blowing. I mean, it really does a great thing for the environment, and we believe sustainability is here to stay.
Josh, get out your crystal ball. How do you see consumer and building user expectations around hygiene and sustainability evolving over the next 5 or 10 years?
Yeah, so I've been fortunate to be able to attend a lot of design conference and design summits, a lot of which focus on sustainability. And I can tell you, from my perspective, our focus as a country and as a group of people is going to only continue to increase over time. There's a lot of businesses, a lot of construction projects, entire organizations focusing on net zero goals. There's also a lot of certifications coming out, like the LEED certification or WELL certification, that have all sorts of focus on sustainability. And I think the younger generation that's coming into the workforce today, that is top of their mind already. And I think that, products like ours and other people that have benefits for the environment, it's really a good thing, not only for us, but also for the world.
So, for those watching this program right now, to learn more about Excel Dryer and the solutions you bring to market, where can they learn more?
I'd encourage everyone to go to our website. We have a lot of great information, not only on sustainability, but we have the global surveys up there and a landing page that takes you through the findings. It's a great place for information. We do a great job on our social media, highlighting our different, installations and the way people feel about our products. And also, we have a really wonderful blog talking about Made in the USA and why it's so important. And especially now with all these tariff conversations going on, we're proud to be made in the USA.